A good Tuesday morning. I just didn't get around to doing yesterday's devotion. I took the day off, had an enjoyable day, and now it's the beginning of the work week for me. It's good to be here, and I was watching the news this morning, and I saw the horrendous wildfires that were taking place in the western states, California, Oregon, and the devastation that was occurring, and it just broke my heart to see all that land burning up, to see houses and being destroyed, how people's lives being lost. And then the news switched over to Hurricane Sally and the and the fear that they have of what Sally might bring. They're not just talking about inches of rain. In some isolated cases, they're talking about feet of rain. It's a very terrifying thought. Then, of course, there was a part on COVID, and then there was violence. And then it's just like, will it ever end? And as I listened to all these things, I thought of John chapter 14, when Jesus had told his disciples that he was going to die. And what did he tell them? Do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. The disciples' lives were being shattered. They were shook up. How could Jesus, the one that they thought was the Messiah, that they knew was Messiah, how could he die? Their lives, their hopes were crushed. They didn't know what to do. And again, Jesus responded, do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. Jesus is God's Son. As we face life, we look around. We see the fires. We see the hurricanes. We see the reports on COVID. We might have experienced COVID for ourselves, or maybe a loved one has died from COVID. We see the issues of political unrest around the world, not just in the United States, but around the world. We see illness. I mean, it's been very quiet, and all of a sudden now I'm getting phone calls of how many people are having surgery, how many people may have cancer or dealing with the effects of cancer or other illnesses. It's like, whoa. But in the midst of all this, do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God and believe in Jesus, the Son of God. God is our rock and our salvation. He is our foundation. Let us root ourselves firmly on him. Let us feel the arms of God's love in Jesus Christ and the power of the Holy Spirit wrap around us. Yes, we may face many storms in our lives, and we don't know what the future holds, but we do know that God is with us. As Jesus tells the disciples, and he tells us, do not let your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. Have a blessed